Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2001 movie Jason X. The movie is directed by James Isaac and written by Todd Farmer, and in this movie, Jason gets frozen in the year 2010, him along with a girl he's trying to kill named Rowan, and a group of people from the year 2455 end up finding them and bringing them onto their ship and unthawing them, and soon Jason starts killing people off one by one on the ship and everything. They're heading back to a new Earth that they had created because our Earth had died out, and the Earth is just called Earth 2 that they're going to. But this is a really weird movie. It has the idea of putting Jason in space is kind of ridiculous in itself, but the way this movie was made, it's just really crazy and everything. The cast is pretty good in this for the most part. A lot of them do a lot of the overacting and stuff that kind of were expected from this franchise, but I'm not going to talk about everybody in this movie because there's quite a few characters that are just there to be killed that didn't really have much to do in this movie, so I'm just going to talk about the main ones. Lexa Doig plays Rowan, and she's pretty much the final girl and the one that was at the beginning of the movie from 2010, and I like how I think it's really weird, like, they wake her up in the year 2455 and she acts like it's not a big deal. She doesn't act like she's affected by the fact that she's been dead or been frozen asleep for 445 years or whatever. She just, it's like, okay, and that's about it. The leader of the ship, well, he's not like the captain or anything, but Professor Lowe, took the students to Earth 1, or our Earth, and everything, and is the one that found Jason and her. He's played by Jonathan Potts, and he's not a very likable, well, he's likable, but he's also not, because, I mean, he wants to use Jason to become famous and use money and stuff by showing them off and everything. And right before Jason kills him, he's like, I could make you rich and everything. It reminded me of in the Disney Pete's Dragon movie when after the guy tries to kill Elliot and everything, he tries to bargain with him to get some of his body parts and everything, but the way it just cracks me up. I mean, he was begging Jason to let him use him to become famous and stuff. It was funny. There's a robot in here played by Lisa Ryder. Her character is KM14, and she's pretty cool. There's a really cool scene where she fights Jason and almost destroys him and everything before he becomes Uber Jason and everything, but I thought she was really cool and everything. She had a lot of really corny lines though, because there's a part after she knocks off his head and everything, they get away from him. She's like, I would clap if I could, if I had hands, and then she says something about her feet, about having something about being able to stand on her feet when she has them or something. It's just really corny. Chuck Campbell plays Tesseron, and he's good, and everything. But this movie, it just is, it's a really interesting movie because it's not like any of the other Friday the 13th movies. Well, it is, but it isn't at the same time, because I mean, it follows the slasher formula pretty well, except it's in space and everything. So I do kind of like how it has more of a different type of atmosphere being in space, because they just can't get away from him that as easily and everything. So I do think that's kind of cool and everything. And I thought Uber Jason was really awesome and everything. I thought he looked really cool, and I thought Kane Hodder did a really good job playing him. I think this is probably my favorite performance of Kane Hodder as Jason as well. I think this is one of the ones where he's the most brutal and everything. And I love the scene when he very first wakes up after being asleep for all those years, and he kills the girl using the liquid nitrogen and then slamming her face into the counter. I just thought that was an awesome scene. Everything. I think it's one of the best kills in the franchise, which I think is actually one of the most popular kills too. And everything. I know a lot of people have said that was their favorite kill in the series. I've always thought that scene was really cool and everything. But this one isn't one of my very, very most favorites of the franchise, but it's somewhere probably in the middle. I enjoyed it a lot more than the last three that I watched. I forgot how much I enjoyed this one, because this is actually one of the ones that I used to watch a lot when I was a kid, along with the first movie in the franchise. This one and the first one were the two, besides Freddy vs. Jason, that I really watched a whole lot when I was a kid, because it was one of the ones that I actually had access to and everything. So I do enjoy this one quite a bit and everything still. Like I said, it's not one of my most favorites in the franchise, but it's definitely a good one and everything. It's kind of got that so bad it's good vibe to it, but I was never really bored throughout this movie and everything. The pacing is pretty good. The kills are really good. There was like this one scene where he throws this guy on this big thing, and he like starts winding down like it's some kind of screw thing. It was really cool and everything, but it had some other really good kills. The violence and stuff was really good in this. It was a lot better than some of the last few movies, because the MPA didn't really seem to fight them on this one for some reason. Maybe it's just because of the time it came out, we were getting more violent movies and stuff in that time. I don't know, but whatever the reason, it was really the violence and stuff, and this is really good and everything. So I'd give Jason X an 8 out of 10, because I really do enjoy it. Yeah, it's not the best movie, and it is really corny, and it has some dated CGI and stuff, but it's still just a lot of fun to watch and everything. It's really a weird movie in the franchise, but I think that makes it unique and makes it a lot more enjoyable and everything. So that's my review for Jason X. Let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and thank you, and have a good day, everybody.